Hello and welcome to Empire of Wargames. My name is ePlash and today we are going to talk a little bit about the Ork Combat Patrol controversy. If you're familiar with the topic, you surely know what's going on. If not, listen in and let's have a discussion about what's going on. If you enjoy the content, consider leaving a thumbs up, subscribing, as well as checking out the links in the description below. Alright, let's get into the video. So, as you might know, on Sunday, GW has shown us the Ork Combat Patrol yet again. I already talked about it, I already discussed it, gave my first impressions. It was in fact the correct Ork Combat Patrol, and we all more or less knew it. If you want to check out the video, it's in the top right now. Alright, so as you know, the Ork Combat Patrol will be releasing shortly, and we have seen sprues. And the sprue that was most interesting for especially Ork veterans were the Ork Boys. And as you might see on the screen right now, the Ork Boys sprue is pretty barren. It doesn't look very interesting, it is monopose, and it doesn't offer any options. And that is where the Ork controversy comes into play. But as always, the GW fanbase does like to make things seem way worse than it usually is. So let's have a discussion about that. Let's take a step back and analyze what we are seeing on the screen, and then discuss whether or not the controversy we are having on our hands is worth the effort. So to set this up, if you're not an Ork player yourself, you might not know a couple of things about the faction, or if you're rather new to Warhammer 40k, but generally it is widely known that Ork players do love kit bashing. They use various models that have nothing to do with regular GW models or plastic at all to kit bash their stuff. They use all matter of things just to, throw them together and glue them onto their Ork units and then use them. They use other models and so on. Kit bashing is a big thing. Customizability, very important for Ork players. And when you look at the sprue, it offers no customizability. And there are further problems with the sprue. Number one, there are 10 Ork Boys on the sprue, and you are getting the sprue twice in the Combat Patrol. And each sprue has the option for one knob, which is basically the leader for your squad. The problem here is that there are no options to turn that knob into a regular boy if you wanted to. That at least would have been the bare minimum in my book to offer for your players. Furthermore, the regular Ork Boys box, the older one, the previous one, that is by the way not getting replaced, just reboxed, offers you 10 Ork Boys. And that means that you can build like a knob and have 10 boys if you wanted to, or they just give you the option to have one boy more in order to experiment a little bit and have always 10 regular boys on hand to easier get into the 30-man squad size of the Ork Boys, which is very popular. You always run them in huge blocks, at least you did in previous editions, and it is to a certain extent very important to have that 11th model in there. And the new sprue doesn't offer any of that, so that's a problem. And then it comes to the loadout question, and the loadout is very weird indeed. So let's take a look at the weapons. So to quote a official GW response over on Facebook, this Ork Boy sprue, the 10-man sprue, will contain the following. You are getting 10 boys in total, making one knob, one special weapon, 3 shooters, and 5 sluggers and choppers. And that's it. That's your loadout. You're going with mixed. There's basically nothing you can do about it unless you're, sawing arms off and using green stuff, which is not unheard of. I think a lot of Ork players have a lot of shooters lying around, and they will usually try to do that. But it would have been nice if that wouldn't have been necessary from the get-go. Just, being able to glue arms on and having them fit on a completely different model, there's something satisfying about that, and it really does save time and effort. Kit bashing is fun, don't get me wrong, but, having it fit on the get-go is a cool thing as well. So yeah, that's what you have to live with. That's the controversy. And a lot of people are worried that this is going to be the Ork Boys replacement and there's nothing they can do about it. And some are even going out and panic buying the old box, which is completely unnecessary because the old Ork Boys are just getting repackaged, as you can see on the screen. So yeah, don't panic buy the old Ork Boys kit. There's no reason to do that. And, you know, just take it slow. Just if you're interested in orcs, if you like how the new Ork Boys look, consider getting maybe one Combat Patrol, taking a look at it. I will do a Combat Patrol analysis if you want to have, you know, further opinions on this topic. And I will upload it probably in the coming days if I get around to it. But, you know, consider, you know, taking it easy, not being overly angry. That doesn't get you anywhere. Now, when it comes to the new Ork Boys and their own separate kit, there are a lot of things to talk about here. A lot of people are, you know, treating this Combat Patrol as the next assault on Black Reach. If you're unfamiliar with that situation, there were a lot of sprues in a starter box of 40k back in 5th edition, I think, where Orcs and Space Marines had a 2-player box set, and a lot of the sprues included in that set were never sold separately for some unknown reason. At least I don't know it. And a lot of people think that those Ork Boys will never, you know, release separately. Then there is the camp that thinks that the Ork Boys are going to release separately in the state they are in, which isn't really helpful for anyone because it is very recognizable that it's basically the same Ork Boy multiple times, and you really need to kit bash the heck out of that one to make them look different and interesting because the poses are very recognizable. Let's say that. And the last camp is really hopeful and thinks that the new Ork Boys will release separately in a multi-part kit, and that is my hope as well. The point I'm making here is that we don't know, and that we just are basing everything we're talking about right now on speculation. All we can do is wait and see if we are getting a separate release. It is a little bit... I hate being left in the unknown, and GW likes doing that. They don't like informing us. But yeah, having an official response whether or not we will be getting a multi-part new Ork Boys sprue would be nice, but I don't think we are getting that. So all that is left to do is to wait and see. And that's basically all there is about the controversy. If you have any opinions on the topic, drop them in the comments below. I would be happy to discuss them. But yeah, in general, if you're an Ork player and if you're angry, I totally understand, because you've been waiting on your Ork Boys for quite a while. And, you know, having been robbed of all the options and an additional model and everything does suck. But yeah, the old Ork Boys are still around. The new ones don't have their separate box yet, so we don't know what GW is planning with that. And yeah, just take it easy for now and wait and see what's going to happen. Thank you so much for watching. I see you in the next video. Bye bye.